Hey guys, this is Adam with TAT Express, and today we're going to go over common issues on a D13 Volvo. We've had a lot of requests about this video, so here it is. I hope you like it. Make sure to subscribe to us if you're not subscribed to us yet, and hit that notification bell so you know next time we release another video. If you got any questions or concerns about your D13 Volvo, please leave us a question below or a comment, and we'll be more than happy to help. Let's get right into this.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the Lord.
Okay guys, so we're gonna go over common issues on a D13 Volvo. There's quite a few items that happen on these particular engines. I'm gonna cover as much as possible, but if you have any addition to what we're going over, leave us a comment below. I'll be more than happy to cover those as well. Most of the problems that I see, or most common issues that we see on these particular engines, are gonna be injector cups. Okay, injector cups pretty much fail often. You're gonna get hard starts, low power, aerated fuel. These are all indications of failed injector cups. Not all the time it's gonna be that, but most of the time it will be. Okay, so the reason why that happens is these particular injectors, they don't have lower O-rings to seal the injector. What they do is they're actually having the injector seal at the bottom of the cup. So over time, the injector is gonna be moving and lose its seal. And of course, you're gonna get aerated fuel and cause all types of problems, low power, issues like that. Another problem that we see with hard starts are gonna be the filter housings on these particular trucks. These particular trucks have internal check valves on the fuel filter housing itself, and we see those fail pretty often. Most of these failures that I'm mentioning are gonna be after 500K. Usually under 500K, you shouldn't see any of these failures, but it is still possible, okay? So moving right along, we talked about injector cups, fuel filter housing, turbos on these particular trucks fail often, okay? You're gonna have actuator faults fail, or actuator DTCs, actuator codes are gonna come up telling you that your turbo is not opening and closing all the way. These particular turbos have internal veins inside, so over time it builds up with soot, and the actuator is not going to be able to open and close that turbo freely. So that's a problem, pretty common issue that we see there. Sometimes it could just be electrical problems, but that's why it's very important to take it to a shop that's very familiar with these type of engines. Okay, so staying on the engine still, we have issues with the crankcase pressure. You'll have a crankcase pressure fault that comes up. Usually that's just gonna be your crankcase pressure sensor. It's a diaphragm that fails in the sensor. Oil level, okay? This particular engine has an actual oil level sender in the actual oil pan that sends a signal to the ECM letting them know the level of the oil. That fails pretty often as well. So that's another problem you need to look out for these particular trucks. The actual crankcase filter housing as well will leak. So it's good to get those replaced around 500K. If you go past that, we see a lot of oil leaking, causing a lot of just a lot of mess on this particular truck. Moving over to the after-treatment system, as you know, most trucks have after-treatment systems, and this one's no different. And of course, we get a lot of issues with after-treatment problems. Mostly, we're going to have low NOx, which is not actually converting the NOx, just nitrous oxide, to the required specs. We get a lot of faults on that. Usually, what we'll see is we'll have this dozer. The dozer for the DEF clogged up, crystallized, and that's one reason why you'll have no conversions. Talking about dozers, the actual injector dozer for the 7th injector fails pretty often, and what happens there is you're not getting enough fuel to your 7th injector, so during your regenerations you're not meeting temperature requirements, and that's going to cause your filter to be clogged up and cause check engine lights, all types of stuff like that. Other things that we see pretty often is going to be the EGR system. Okay, you're either going to have an EGR actually leaking, or you're going to have an EGR cooler clogged, or EGR differential pressure clogged as well. And this is happening over 500,000 miles. Usually what happens is we have to actually pull the EGR cooler to clean it. It builds up with soot, and what you're gonna get is a high temp on your EGR side. So cleaning that all up is gonna be part of your maintenance there. That's just another common issue that we see coming through the door. If you have an automatic transmission, okay, so after 500,000 miles, you're gonna have issues with your clutch, maybe 600,000, depends on the drivability of the driver. You'll have clutches actually going out, and these particular clutches on the I-shift transmissions, you can't just replace the clutch. Okay, you're gonna replace the clutch, you're gonna replace the clutch actuator, you're gonna replace the air module for the clutch actuator. There's a lot more components that you have to replace when replacing the clutch on these particular trucks. A few other items that we can go through here is oil leaks as well. Valve cover gaskets leak pretty often on this. I've already mentioned the crankcase filter housing leaks as well. It's very important to keep up with maintenance with these particular trucks, especially if you get a check engine light. And check engine lights are not something to ignore with these trucks, because what happens is the check engine lights are there, of course, to give you a warning. With older trucks, you can just keep on driving, keep on pushing. This particular truck and most newer trucks is just going to cause you to have a more costly repair if you don't get the truck in time when the light's actually coming on. So I covered a few items, but those are the most common issues that we see on these particular trucks. As I mentioned, I might not be covering them all, but this is what we mostly see here at this shop. Okay guys, so those are the common issues on a D13 Volvo. I hope you guys learned something. Make sure to subscribe to us. If you're not subscribed to us yet, hit that notification bell so you know next time we release another video. Please comment below if you have a question about your D13 Volvo. We'll be more than happy to help. So until next time guys, be safe.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law.